fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet out. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here. And now, I understand that I'm starting another What If. But I'm currently doing that to try and take my mind off of things. And to be honest with you, this What If has been rolling its way through my head for the last couple of hours. And, well, my friend Alexis, or AlexIs2400, he recently did something like this on his channel. And what he did was he sent Deku to the Dragon Ball universe. Now, that somewhat did actually spark this idea in my head. However, I thought about this idea a bit differently with the way I am currently doing Quark Marriage. And with that one in my head, I kinda got an idea for this. So anyways, this is going to be what if Deku was sent to... well, I don't want to say it yet. I might do that in part 2 or change the title after a day or two. Just like what he did. And Alex, I know you're probably watching this. I'm giving you credit. Alright? Don't be mad, please. But anyways, let us begin. We will start with Izuku Midoriya, around the age of 4. Now, Izuku Midoriya. Today he discovers what his quirk is whenever he goes to the quirk doctor. And instead of it being like in canon, Midoriya discovers that he does possess a quirk. That's great, right? That's amazing. Now, with that being said, Midoriya finds out that he does possess a fire manipulation quirk. So, a more advanced version of what his father's quirk is. And Midoriya, he's very excited for that. Now, with that being said, Midoriya would go to school one day. And there we do have everybody else talking about their quirks and basically explaining them one day. Whenever it is Izuku's turn to stand up and introduce himself and present what his quirk is, he does so, standing up and explaining that his name is Izuku Midoriya, and his quirk is called Fire Manipulation. As he brings up his fingers, and you actually do see flames ignite from the tips. And Midoriya, he does actually wave his hand around. Before, he does actually swing his hand over, and on the palm of his hand you do actually see a fireball ignite. Now, everybody is in awe at Midoriya's quirk, as he then also does ignite his other hand. And everyone is in shock. Now, Bakugo goes on talking about how his quirk is better. Explosions can always beat fire. Now, just like what would happen in some other scenarios where Midoriya has a fire quirk, him and Bakugo would somewhat be talking about it, and arguing back and forth. Up until Midoriya, whenever he does actually smash his hand into Bakugo, or Bakugo touches Midoriya, these two accidentally set off an explosion. All the sweat currently on Bakugo's clothes and his body is ignited, and will go off. Midoriya being sent flying in one direction as Bakugo is sent flying in the other direction. And these two are then informed that they are to never do that again. Both the two weren't sent to the nurse's office for certain injuries. And it was quite funny to both of them. Bakugo's mom had to bring in a change of clothes, while Midoriya's mother, she was informed about what happened. And she did come to pick up Midoriya. Now, she was quite surprised. Midoriya and Bakugo are both sitting in the nurse's office, talking and actually trying to figure out what happened. Bakugo is sitting there with bandages and bruises, still somewhat laughing and talking about how the teacher, she made a funny face. Now, with that being said, these two would begin a friendship. And it's quite interesting. These two would be best friends. And they would be spending a whole lot of time together, quickly trying to train and become the #1 hero. Both of them. They want to get stronger and be just like All Might. However, just like any typical kid, they get stuck doing schoolwork and classes. Now, let us cut up to a bit of a time skip, where both these two are at the end of middle school. And we do actually have Midoriya. Midoriya, with him being somewhat like Bakugo in this timeline, and Bakugo being somewhat more like Midoriya, these two have somewhat balanced each other out. Or both these two at least share similar personalities. However, there is a difference. Bakugo is a bit more mellowed out, since he has an actual friend instead of lackeys. And Midoriya, he's actually a bit more outgoing and less shy. So I want to say somewhere around, I would say, I would say overhaul arc Midoriya, but I don't think that would be right. Possibly, but then again, that Midoriya is very outgoing, especially in combat, because he's just no fucks given. Actually, that's a good idea. I just had a thought come into my head. Does Midoriya even think or try to use logic or reason during a fight? Because he has no time to react or even get scared or just panic. He leaps before he looks. Oh my god. Okay, with that realization, I'm going to continue. Anyways, now, both these two are talking, and the teacher is currently trying to inform them about what is going on. Both of them are to pay attention in class, and it's quite simple. As he actually has to turn around and throw the papers up into the air, talking about how he's just kidding. They don't even really need to listen to anything he says. They have passing grades, and he knows that they all want to be heroes. So, how about this? Him then going on to explain that school is going to be over in a few minutes, so they can do whatever they want. Now, with that all being said, Midoriya and Bakugo do continue their conversation, and eventually they decide that they need to head to the mall. Bakugo wants to go do stuff there, or possibly just play at the arcades. And Midoriya, he doesn't really care. He does want to get some stuff for his training. He does work out occasionally, and does at least have a fit, well, body type. You can tell that he has trained more than in canon. A little bit significantly, so around where Enchi's Examinatory would be. Now, with that being said, Bakugo himself is also a little bit stronger. And these two, they are both at the mall. And they're both talking about what's going on. Now, they do somewhat go through a normal day. Up until, surprise, surprise, the sludge villain attacks. Now, with that being said, they do try and face off against the villain. Pro heroes, they cannot intervene or get in the way. And most of them don't have quirks for the situation. Up until Midoriya and Bakugo do both jump in. Bakugo quickly running in and blasting away, using his explosions behind him and trying to build up high speed. As Midoriya himself, he's actually trying to run around the villain and keeping its attention, blasting out fire at the villain as much as he can, and taking his attention away from Bakugo. As he also does actually use one of his hands behind him and throw his left hand behind his back as he throws his right hand out forwards to his right. Now, what he is doing is he's trying to make a ring of fire around the villain. And whenever that does actually happen, the villain doesn't realize what's going on. By the time he has, pro heroes are already beginning to step in. And we actually do have All Might, who, instead of being in the crowd, actually did run up to the top of a building to see what was going on, seeing these two young boys fight against the villain. As Bakugo, he actually does go to set off more explosions, and the villain is actually able to grab him by his wrist. As soon as that does actually happen, Midoriya goes flying in, and he sends a large blast of fire with his right hand out at the villain, being able to hit it as it actually does spark Bakugo, a large explosion going off, as Bakugo is sent flying away and he smashes into a building, or through a window. As that does actually happen, All Might begins to intervene, him coming in and smashing the sludge villain away, blowing out Midoriya's flames as the villain is sent flying. Now, with that being said, Midoriya and Bakugo are given praise and both scolded. However, receiving praise from All Might was somewhat interesting. Now, Midoriya did get his notebook signed, and Bakugo, he thought he would have to go to a hospital. However, a paramedic, they were able to do a reasonably good checkup on Bakugo. Nothing's broken, but he is going to need to ice it. Now, the rest of the day would play out relatively normal, up until something does happen. Now, Midoriya, he is lying in bed, and he's actually trying to think about the events of today. It was really intense. I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow. People are probably going to think we're the most popular kids on the block. That's a nice thought. And we do actually have Bakugo, who himself is already asleep. Now, with that being said, we do cut to the next morning, with Midoriya in his bed. He doesn't feel very comfortable. As he actually does begin to roll over, trying to roll over onto the side of his bed he finds to be the most comfortable, which would be towards the wall. Now, as he does actually do this, he finds that there's something there, and he finds it to be quite confusing, him half awake and trying to understand what's happening, as he does actually bring his hand up and try and feel what is in his space, or on his bed. Did Mom put something here while I was asleep? Why would she put it on my bed? She could have left it by the door. Or possibly just, not put it here. Doria says, as he currently is grabbing something. What is this? It's sort of squishy. That's strange. Now, that is whenever Midoriya, he actually does grab his sheets. And he actually does move them out of the way. To which his surprise, or his, shock, is apparent, seeing a green-haired girl in his bed. Now, this actually does catch him off guard, as he does move backwards and fall onto the ground, before trying to figure out what's going on. This being where the girl opens her eyes, and she actually does get up and begin to start stretching, before she actually does turn to her right and see somebody. This being where she lets out an audible scream. Now, Midoriya is just as surprised as she is, as the two do begin to start saying the exact same words. Who are you? What are you doing in my bed? Your bed? What are you talking about? This is my room. Now, with that, this is whenever somebody does run into the room. And Midoriya, he immediately goes looking at the door, along with the green-haired girl, as somebody, or a man, does actually run in, asking Izuki if she is alright, before turning and seeing somebody unfamiliar to her. Or to him, my bad. Now, Izuki, she just states to her dad that she doesn't know who this guy is. She just woke up and he was there. And Midori, he's trying to explain himself, saying that this is his room. And what are you doing here? Uh, young man, who are you? Why are you in my daughter's room? Wait, no, this is a big misunderstanding. This is my room. I mean, look at all my merch. Him looking at the walls, and being quite confused. What? All my stuff? What is going on? Oh, I'm confused. Your posters are wrong? Or are they fan art? Fan art? What are you talking about? Those are official posters, and don't try to change the subject. No, All Might's a man. No, he isn't. All Might's a woman. Wait. Okay, I think I'm definitely in the wrong place. Now, the man in the room, other than Midoriya, actually is being to ask Midoriya his name. Who is he? And how did he get here? Midoriya basically dropping onto his knees and trying to explain that his name is Izuku Midoriya. And he just woke up. He's not even too sure what's going on. Now, whenever he actually does get it back onto his feet, this man does walk up to Midoriya and begin to give him somewhat of a once-over, looking at his face and trying to understand what is going on. Strange. You look just like I did back whenever I was in middle school. Really? Yeah, it's weird. Uh, okay, but sir, what is your name? Hmm. My name? It's Rinko. Rin. What? My mother's name is Inko, but you look kind of like her. Okay. Strange. Now, these two are quickly cut off by a loud explosion happening, as Midoriya and Izumi do run out to try and figure out what is going on. As we do have Bakugo, him basically running out of his apartment as somebody is chasing him down. A fiery blonde, and another blonde woman or a blonde man chasing after him. Now, Bakugo is trying to run, and Midoriya, he actually does try to step out and tell Bakugo to stop running or slow down or whatever is going on. Bakugo running into Midoriya, and basically pushing him out of the way, before realizing what he just did, as he goes to try and reach out and grab his friend, who he just pushed over the side of the building by accident. Now, with that being said, Midoriya, he's basically annoyed or pissed off for a second, as he doesn't even realize he's going over. Up until one thing does happen. Izumi, she actually does throw her hand up, and use her quirk to grab Midoriya, as he is floating in the air for a second. Her pulling him back over, as Midoriya, he does somewhat get back in the way of this fiery yellow-haired girl, or blonde-haired girl, as she does come trying to run by, Midoriya being able to bring up his hands and ignite flames to stop her. And she actually does at least slow down. Why the hell are you protecting him? Okay, hang on. This is all just a big misunderstanding. Now, Bakugo, he actually does at least walk up behind Midoriya, shouting, "What the hell was that chick doing in his bed?" Okay, so that happened to you too. I don't get it. One moment I was in my room, the next, this chick is lying next to me. Okay, so it didn't just happen to me. What are you talking about? Him turning his head and seeing Izumi with her hands still up. Her looking at the male Bakugo. Uh, what the hell? Kachan? Bakugo immediately having a click in his head as to who this is. Wait, what? Is that supposed to be your mom? Now, the female Bakugo, she isn't stupid. Quickly understanding what's happening. Whenever Midoriya does turn his head and say Kachan too. What the fuck is going on? Now, this is whenever the male Mitsuki does come running up. She herself still confused. What is going on? And do you care to explain yourself? Hey asshole, I was just in my room. Dad, he's the spitting image of you. Midoriya turning and looking, as he does actually look to see the male Mitsuki, looking back at Bakugo. Oh my god. Bakugo, that looks like your mom. Oh, like hell it is. Like his mom? Now, while everybody is still confused, I do believe that this would be a good point to leave this off of. And I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing night. I will catch you guys in the next part.